In a small town called Eldermere, there was a girl named Clara. She was only 17 with pale skin, curious eyes, and a voice that always carried a strange softness, like whispers in the wind. Clara was different from the other children in Eldermere. While the other girls gossiped about dresses and dances, Clara wandered the quiet graveyards, the abandoned houses, and the dark corners of the forest. She wasn't lonely, at least she didn't think so, because she always had company. She spoke with ghosts. Every night, when the town fell asleep and the church bell struck midnight, Clara would sit by her window and whisper into the air. Soon shadows would gather. Pale figures, dressed in clothes from another century, would drift into her room. Some were old men who had died in wars, some were women clutching children that never grew up, and some were little boys and girls, forever frozen at the age they perished. Clara would listen to their stories, their regrets, their secrets, their joys. She never judged them, never mocked them. She treated the dead the way no one treated the living, with patience. But in Eldermere, word spread quickly. Clara talks to shadows, the townsfolk whispered. She's cursed. A witch, some hissed. Others shook their heads sadly. The poor child is mad. She has no friends, so she invents them. Clara didn't care what they thought. To her, the spirits were more real than the cruel laughter of the villagers. One autumn evening, as the wind rattled the leaves and the air turned sharp with cold, a ghost she had never seen before appeared at her window. He was tall, cloaked in dark robes, with hollow eyes that seemed to stretch into eternity. Unlike the others, he didn't smile, didn't sigh, didn't beg to be heard. Instead, he spoke one chilling sentence. "Clara, you must stop speaking to us. The truth will break you." She frowned. "Why?" "You're all my friends." The figure leaned closer, his voice a rasp. "Because you don't belong to the living." And then he vanished. Clara trembled, her heart pounding. She didn't understand. She was alive. She ate, she slept. She laughed sometimes. She felt pain, sadness, joy. She had memories of her childhood. Or did she? That night, she tried to recall the last time someone in the village had truly touched her hand, or the last time she had eaten at the dinner table with her parents, or even the last time she had walked into the town square and someone had looked her in the eye. And to her horror, she realized she couldn't remember. The next morning, Clara went into Eldermere, determined to prove she was alive. She waved at the baker, Mr. Hensley, who was arranging loaves of bread. "Good morning, Mr. Hensley," she called. He didn't reply. He didn't even look at her. She tried again, louder. "Mr. Hensley, it's Clara." Still no answer. Clara's stomach dropped. She ran through the marketplace, calling out to people she had known all her life. Not a single head turned. Not a single face acknowledged her. It was as if she wasn't there at all. Breathless, she returned home and burst into the kitchen where her mother was chopping vegetables. "Mother," Clara cried, "tell me you can hear me. Tell me I'm alive." Her mother continued chopping, tears silently running down her cheeks. "Mother," Clara whispered, stepping closer. But when she reached out to touch her, her hand passed straight through. Clara gasped and stumbled back. She wasn't touching the knife. She wasn't touching the table. She wasn't touching anything. Panicked, Clara ran into the forest, her heart clawing at her ribs. She remembered the strange cloaked figure's words. "You don't belong to the living." She reached the old graveyard, where crooked stones leaned under twisted trees. For years, she had come here to talk to the ghosts. Now the air felt different, heavier. At the far edge of the graveyard, half hidden under a tree, she noticed a stone she had never dared to read before. Slowly trembling, she brushed the leaves away. The name carved into the stone froze her blood. Clara Whitmore, beloved daughter, 1843 to 1860. Her knees buckled. She couldn't breathe. This can't be true, she thought. I'm alive. I'm breathing. But then she realized, when had she last felt hunger? When had she last felt the warmth of the sun? When had she last felt another's touch? The memories of her supposed life blurred, twisted, fell apart like ash in the wind. The truth was undeniable. She had died at 17, and she had been speaking to ghosts because she was one of them. As Clara sat by her own grave, weeping, the spirits gathered around her. The children, the mothers, the soldiers. All of them formed a silent circle. One of the little girls stepped forward. "You were one of us all along, Clara. You stayed because you didn't know. You thought you were different. But now you see." Clara shook her head. "But I feel so real. I am real." The tall, cloaked figure appeared once more, his hollow eyes fixed on her. "You are real, Clara. Just not in the way you thought. You exist here, in between. You were given the gift of speaking to us because your soul never left. You were too attached to the world." Her tears dripped onto the soil of her grave. "So what now? Am I cursed to wander forever?" The figure's voice softened. "No. Now that you know, you can choose. You can let go of this world and move on, or stay and guide the restless spirits who still suffer." Clara looked around at the circle of souls. They were watching her with eyes full of hope, as if waiting for her to decide. She wiped her tears. "Then I'll stay. If I couldn't help the living, at least I can help the dead." From that day on, Clara no longer feared what she was. She wandered Eldermere, not as a lost girl, but as a guardian of the forgotten. The villagers still whispered about the Whitmore girl who had died young, but they never knew her spirit still lingered. And every night, when the clock struck midnight, Clara sat by her window, listening to the whispers of the dead. No longer confused, no longer alone, but finally at peace with the truth. She was the girl who spoke to ghosts, because she was one of them. Moral of the story: 1. Once one dies, he or she is dead. The dead knows nothing at all. Yes, there are wicked spirit beings in this world deceiving people to believe that they are seeing their dead loved ones. But it's good to know that Satan the devil and his wicked angels are manipulator, who use their wicked spirit powers to transform themselves into those who have died. Surely God at his own time will destroy Satan and his wicked angels. 2. Sometimes the truth we fear most is the truth that sets us free. Clara's journey reminds us that acceptance, even of the toughest realities, can turn a curse into a purpose. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this beautiful story, please drop a like on the video and leave a comment on your favorite part of the story, moral lessons, and so on your notification bell so that you can get notified anytime a new and interesting video is released. If you believe in second chances, if you believe scars can become symbols of strength, share this story. Let it reach someone who's still fighting their past. Subscribe to my channel, Folktales by Queen Mother, for more real African stories that inspire, transform, and live forever in your heart. Please be rest assured that if you support me by liking, commenting, and subscribing to my channel, you will always stay motivated. It has not been easy getting here, but I really appreciate all of you who always watch my videos to the end. It's a lot of hard work, days of sleepless nights before one of these videos you watch on this channel is produced. I am counting on your support always to take this channel to the top. Thank you once again for your unwavering love and support. God bless you all.